On August 14th, the Apple Island Kayak Adventure will be taking place from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. on Orchard Lake. Participants will kayak over to Apple Island, where they will be guided on a wonderful nature hike. This event is all done in partnership with West Bloomfield Parks and the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society. Lauren Azoury, the park naturalist for West Bloomfield Parks, joins us now on the Splash Live to tell us all about it. Lauren, great to have you with us today.
Hi, Jake. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Love hearing about these great activities that take place all throughout the summer. What inspired West Bloomfield Parks to organize the Apple Island Kayak Adventure?
Something we're very excited for, but definitely can't take full credit for. It's a big community collaboration. So we have to give credit to West Bloomfield Historical Society's amazing and passionate volunteers. They're always excited to share Apple Island, but of course it's an island. So it's hard to share an island with others when it's hard to get to it. So we kind of figured out this kayaking idea. And of course, it's also in partnership with the West Bloomfield School District, as they own the island, and we had to work together to make sure that we were able to allow people to come to the island, because normally it's a private island and you can't go to it without a scheduled activity. So it's really a great community collaboration, and it all started with a volunteer at Apple Island Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society who wanted to share the lake and the island with people in our community.
Awesome. And yeah, all the stuff I've been hearing about this island, it is very rare for people to actually stop by the island. So any chance that people are able to check it out is incredible. What can participants expect during the guided hike?
Yeah, so it'll be a guided kayak to there. We'll talk about some of the water features. Orchard Lake is a glacial lake, so it is unique and in that type of geological feature. So we'll talk about the geology of the lake and the island together and how they partner. It is very unique to have an island that large on a lake this large and still have it this many years later. So we'll talk about the uniqueness of the geology. But once we get to the island, as a naturalist, what I'm really excited to share with people is just the lush understory. So when you hike in a lot of our trails here, the deer like to feast, and they feast on a lot of our understory, all the wildflowers and small, lower growth plants. So what I really noticed when I went to Apple Island, and I was fortunate enough to get a tour, was that it is just very lush. There is so much to look at and lots growing there because of the features of an island.
That's right. All incredible features over at Apple Island. You can see photos right now if you're watching on Civic Center TV right now. Now, it is important to note that the signups for this kayak trip have since closed. Signups are full, so everyone who is planning to go is set to go. But I understand that in order to be eligible to go on this trip, you needed like a good knowledge of kayaking experience in order to go on this trip. Is that correct?
Yeah, so most of our programs at West Bloomfield Parks are geared towards those who might not have tried something in the outdoors before. So we offer snowshoe rentals with instruction. We do offer kayak instruction and rentals together at our Cass Lake Marchbank Park location. But this adventure is just a little bit different. So we do require that if you were to register and join with us, that you had your own boat to come. And usually if you have your own boat, you have a little bit of kayaking experience already at that point. So it is for adults, and it is for those that have a kayak and have paddled before, just because of the uniqueness of it. And Jake, you did mention that it's full and registered, but what's really neat is that it was so well received. This was kind of a trial program. We've never offered it before, and it sold out so fast. So we're hoping that if all the details go as we plan them to go, and that it's as great as we are hoping it to be, that we will continue to offer it next summer as well.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure everyone in the Greater West Bloomfield is going to love hearing about that, because I'm sure they're all going to be wanting to check out Apple Island themselves. For those just joining us right now on the Splash Live, I'm talking with park naturalist Lauren Azoury, who's talking about the Apple Island Kayak Adventure that's going to be taking place on August 14th in conjunction with West Bloomfield Parks and the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society. Now, Lauren, what is the ecological importance of Orchard Lake and Apple Island, and how would you say that's been incorporated into this event?
Yeah, so the partnership really works well because a lot of people know that the island has historical importance, right? There's indigenous they have information that's all about the island, which is wonderful to learn about. There's about the vacationing families and the homes that were built on the island. So there's a lot of history there, but history also goes along right alongside with ecological history. So how the island has changed over time, how the island was formed. So definitely lots of ecological information and uniqueness of an island in a glacial lake. A glacial lake basically means that many years ago it was formed from the top of a glacier tipping over and melting. So glacial lakes tend to have lots of drop-offs. They tend to be a little bit deeper, and they have these unique landforms as part of them, like an island.
Awesome. It sounds like there's a lot to take away from this experience, and it also sounds like there's going to be a lot of educational materials for participants to take away from this. Is that correct?
Absolutely. We always love when we sneak an adventure in with education. So we always try to sneak in education no matter what we do. This one, it's very obvious that people that are coming are interested in learning about the island. But any program we do with our nature education team is a unique adventure or an outdoor experience, but we always sneak in something to learn about. Because let's be honest, if you don't know about it or it's not important to you, you're not going to do anything to help it. And we know that Apple Island is always needing preservation. That's why the Historical Society and the school district partner together, and why the school district finds it so important to preserve the island and teach our students about it. Because if we don't learn about it, then there's no care there. So education is always important. So we do definitely hope that people walk away from the adventure, the kayak itself, and the hike with some fun fact that they're going to share and continue to educate and spread the word around our community.
Well, I absolutely hope that the community takes away those facts as well. And Lauren, you've touched on this a little bit, but how does this program align with the mission of connecting people with nature and the community?
Absolutely. So I think that anytime we try to decide on a program or what we want to do, does it fit our mission and vision? And the uniqueness of our community collaboration is that the school district, West Bloomfield School District, as well as the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society and WB Parks, all have similar missions of education in the public in different forms or fashion. And so I think that the education of Apple Island really aligns well with the West Bloomfield Parks mission and vision of the nature of community.
I think so as well, and I can't wait for everyone to go on this incredible trip. Last question before we wrap things up, Lauren. You said that with the popularity of how quickly things have sold out for this event, that there's going to be possibly the opportunities for other Apple Island tours in the future. Would that maybe also open up more opportunities for other water-based adventures in the future?
Absolutely. So we currently have access to Cass Lake, which is a part of our Marshbank Park, and it's a great place to explore. But we love learning more about the watershed and in our community. So Orchard Lake isn't on our property and on West Bloomfield Park's property. So this is a unique opportunity that we hope we can expand on in the future. We do a lot of programming. Our family kayak is actually on August 13th, and there are some slots available for that. So if anyone is interested in joining us for a water adventure or learning how to kayak, this family kayak does come with a boat rental, so we provide all of the equipment that you need for it, and you can find all more information and register at wbparks.org. So there's always options to join us, but we do hope to offer more of these in the future since they have been proven to be so popular.
I think that family kayak trip is going to come in very handy, especially for people who want to gain a little bit more experience if they want to participate in something like this in the future. So I think that's amazing. Can't wait to see what's to come in the future. Lauren, thank you so much for joining us today here in the Splash Live.
Thanks, Jake. I hope everyone gets out and enjoys nature, whether it's with us at this Apple Island adventure, family kayak, or just on your own this summer. But remember, when you're out there enjoying nature, to keep it clean and make sure to clean up after yourself.